I have a question for you today. Is medication really the only thing you can do if you have chronic health problems, if you have issues that keep coming back over and over again? Is medication really the only thing that you can do to help these issues? And in truth, it's not. Look, I understand why you think that, and it's okay. We've been told for a really long time that managing any kind of health problem is an area where you need to rely on medication. You need to go to your doctor and trust everything they're saying. And I'm not trying to say that doctors aren't right. I'm not trying to say that doctors don't have a purpose. If there's something emergent going on in your health, in your body, the doctor is the best solution a lot of the time. But I know from my experience living with MS, I had multiple autoimmune conditions at one point. There was thyroid stuff going on, I had some hormone things going on, and I really struggled. And I had gone the route of take the medication that will fix the problem until it doesn't. And then you start to realize, okay, there's got to be something else that I can do. If you're relying on medication all the time, it's like putting a band aid on an open wound. Does it help? Yes. Or a gaping wound is probably a better example. A small one, it's going to help. But when there's something that keeps coming back or that the band aid is not enough to support, that's where it's beneficial to look for other things you can do. And when it comes to health things, going to the doctor, I had hormone stuff, as I mentioned. In the past, I had no period for 5 years. Went to my doctor, and the doctor, well, first of all, she ran blood work. This was the second or third person that ran blood work. Every single time, blood work came back as normal. There's nothing wrong with you. We don't know what else to do. And when they don't know what else to do, that's often what's said. There's nothing wrong with you. Or I had one gynecologist who said, maybe it's all in your head. And this isn't helpful. When a person is dealing with some sort of health issues and it feels like no one can find what's going on, no one can find a solution for you, there's nothing wrong with you. This is just telling you that you need to find someone who's going to help you dig deeper. And this is where finding the root cause of why you're having the symptoms is really important. Medicine looks at things as what's a medication that we can give you that's going to help suppress the symptoms that you're dealing with. But if you're not finding out why you're having the symptoms in the first place, it's never going to actually resolve itself. You're never going to actually get better. That's like putting a piece of tape over the check engine light in your car. Yeah, the check engine light's not going to be annoying anymore, but it's not fixing the problem. And so we do these things over and over again because that's what the standard of care is in Western culture is to run blood work. And if a person's blood work comes back as normal, let's just watch it and wait until things are bad enough that we can give you a medication. But what if we could start working on things to resolve the problems underlying that are causing you to have the symptoms to begin with? So let's look at the facts. Many people will rely solely on medications for things like chronic health issues, for hormone related things, for autoimmune, as I had in the past. And these living on medications can rely or result in side effects that can make your life worse to begin with, and then get to the point where you have to take more medications. I was taking daily injections for the MS, and then I had problems where I was falling asleep on the way home from work. Driving on the 401 is a major highway. Falling asleep while you're driving is never a good thing. So I was put on another medication to deal with the falling asleep. Okay, well, that helped. That helped wake me up, but then I couldn't sleep at night. So then it was another medication to deal with the sleep at night. And so we end up in this cat and mouse game where you're constantly trying to patch up and repair the symptoms that are caused from the medications or the side effects that are caused from the medications. So while we look at lots of people will use medication for chronic health things because you don't know what else to do, there on the other hand, there are lots of people who are examples of individuals who have significantly improved their health through lifestyle change, through diet change, through holistic practices, which eventually was the route that I ended up going on when I got to the point where the medication was not helping me. My quality of life was decreasing, and according to my doctor, there's nothing else we could do except increase the medication or try a stronger medication. And that hadn't been a good experience for me. So there are things you can do. I'm not saying come off your medication, but what if you could give your body the support it needs to start fixing and repairing the root cause of the problem behind the scenes? So, how do you approach health problems without medication or with less medication naturally? If you're just focusing on symptoms, you could be stuck in the symptom trap. That's like putting band-aid after band-aid after band-aid on things without trying to fix the problem. So how many pieces of tape are you going to put over your check engine light before you decide to go in and get the problem resolved? What we do at Align Natural Health, we call it the SPC method. And this method is all about digging deeper and finding out what is the root cause that's leading to the symptoms that you're having. So SPC is scan, prioritize, and cause. We scan the body from head to toe. A body that's functioning optimally is going to be at a very different frequency than a body that's not. And so we can scan virtually, which is a COVID keeper, something I'm very grateful to have learned how to do because we're helping over 100 people with different health problems and they're getting better naturally without relying on extra medications, without side effects. And so scan is step one. Scan your body from head to toe, all the organs, glands, and systems to see where in the body is there imbalance, what's not functioning optimally. Next is prioritize. You can't patch everything at once in our system, and everything is interconnected. So if there's a problem and the body indicates that liver is the first thing that we need to work on, we start doing the work on the priority areas, and then other things in the body come back online as well. And that's when things start to repair themselves. Your body is constantly trying to fix itself. And if there's issues, we need to figure out why it's not able to. What's getting in the way or what's missing? So that's cause. That's the third level of SPC. So scan, prioritize, and root cause. See cause. We scan again to see, okay, what's causing the imbalance? What's causing the body to not function optimally? And we have so many things in this world, in this life today, that's affecting our body that's often not even considered. And this is where underlying infection, underlying problems, when they're not resolved, people can't actually get healthy. So we do scan for things like heavy metals, like mold, parasites, EMFs. How many have one of these things on them all the time? This is having a stress, it's causing a stress on our system. And when your body is constantly in a stressed state, it's not going to function properly. So that's where finding the root cause is really beneficial. Because if you are dealing with EMF toxicity, if you are dealing with mold that's lingering in one of your organs and glands, the body's trying to clean things up, but there are so many toxins in our system these now that the body needs some extra support to be able to do that. If you have symptoms, your body is trying to communicate to you that something is wrong, something is not functioning properly. So instead of looking at symptoms as the problem and as something we need to suppress and make go away, when we start focusing on what does this symptom mean? What is my body trying to tell me? Otherwise, it's like, and I got laughed at because I said removing the batteries out of a smoke alarm. Smoke alarms don't have batteries. But it's like disconnecting the smoke alarm in your house. Yeah, that makes the annoying alarm sound go away. But the alarm is trying to indicate to you that there's a deeper issue that you need to resolve. And symptoms are no different. So if you've been dealing with health problems and you're frustrated because you've gone to probably multiple doctors and everyone's saying there's nothing wrong with you. If you feel like no one's able to figure out what you need or what's going on with your system, this is where this form of testing that we do is very beneficial because we're helping you find the root cause. So if this is you, if this is something that speaks to you, send me a DM. Let's see if you're a good fit to work with us. As I said, we've helped over 100 people deal with health problems that were otherwise, they were told there was nothing you can do. They were told there's nothing wrong with you. Your blood work is normal. They were told, well, medication's the only option. That's been me in multiple occasions. And when you get to the point where you're like, you know what? This isn't right. This is impacting my life. I'm not able to do the things that I want to do because of my health, and no one is able to figure it out. Let's switch that perspective to I haven't found a solution yet. and send me a DM. This is a great opportunity to dig deeper and figure out what's going on in your body. Where are the imbalances? And what does your body need to start to get back to optimal health again? Because it is possible. It may be a simple thing that's missing, or it may be something big. Like I grew up in a house that I was in a basement apartment for a while. I lived in a house that was 100 years plus old, and you could see signs of where there was water damage in the house. Or I do have one of these on me all the time. And all the different things that we deal with, our systems are not able, it comes a time where the system's not able to do it on its own again, and it needs help and support. So if this is something that resonates with you, if you're tired of hearing, "Oh, just take another medication," just it's normal for you, it's a normal part of aging, there's nothing you can do, all of these are lies. They just the person that you're working with doesn't understand how to dig deeper. And if you're looking for some support with that, send me a DM. I'd be more than happy to help. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. It's Kate McDowell from Align.